friends, I am Parika Pandey. In this session, we'll learn about the Python functions, which is used to reuse the codes. So let's start with the what is the functions, how can we create the functions, then how to call the functions and what are the types of the function. So let's understand what is the function. A function is like a self-organized block of code, subprogram and small program which is a part of a large one and used to perform a single and related action. It can be called as a section of program which is written once and can be executed whenever required in the program. So mainly the function is used to reuse the codes. If you want to reuse the code, then you can use the functions, or you can say if you want to repeat the codes, then also you can use the function. In the loop, what happened? We know how many times we want to repeat the code. In the while, we know at the condition is true, then our code would be repeated. But in the function, what happened? As per your requirement, you can reuse the function. The secondly, in the loop, we are mainly giving the range like 1 2 3 or 0 to 1. Okay, this kind of range you are giving. So as per the range, the code will be repeated. But in the functions, we are mainly using the parameters. So we can use the same function for multi-purpose. Now here in Python, there are two types of function is available. One is the built-in function, second is the user-defined function. Built-in function means what kind of functions? The functions which is available in Python library. So that kind of function mainly we are called the built-in function, like print function, input function, random functions. So these are the mainly the inbuilt functions. And user defined function means which is created by the user. User can create by two ways, like directly create the function and use it. Otherwise, they use the Python library and then call them, and after the using of them, they can create the another function. So this kind of functions is mainly called the user defined function. Let's see how to create the function. Def keyword mainly we are using for creating the function. So def means define. Then we are taking the function name. And lastly, after the function name, we are mainly using the parenthesis, colon, and this is the body of function. If needed, then we are mainly passing the parameters in the function. Now here, like take one example, I am creating the add function. Here I am taking the value a comma b and then print a plus b. So mainly when you call this function and pass the parameter value, so it is showing the result according to that. Like here, for calling the function, we have to use the function name, then open close bracket. Here you can take the parameter values, like I am taking 2 comma 5. So this result mainly print as a 7. Add 8 comma 9. So the result is mainly printed as a 17. So in the function we can do these things. Okay, we can change the parameter values, which is not possible in the loop and while loop. Loop and while loop both are working, for loop, while loop both are working as a you can say the repetition of the code, but in that we can't pass the parameter. So according to parameter it will not work. So now let's see this example in ideally. So let's define def add and pass the parameter as a comma b and then print a plus b. So here we are calling the function add and here 2 comma 3. So it is giving you this result. If you are calling this add, in the bracket write down 5 comma 6. So it is showing the different result. This is mainly we can do with the functions. Okay, we can pass the different parameters and according to that we can show the result. Here we are printing the result. In the function you can return also if you want, like I am taking mul, then a comma b, and here return a into b. So when you are using the return statement, it means what? This function is returning some value. So if you want to print this value, then you have to use the print statement. In the bracket you have to call the function name, and in the bracket you have to use this value. Sorry, I forgot to give the comma. Instead of comma I have used the asterisk mark. Okay, so it is giving you this result. So when you are using the return statement, then you have to use like this. If you are using the print statement, then directly you can call the function and print the result. Now function can give the multiple values, like I'll show you here. Here I will take a comma b, return a plus b, a minus b, a into b, a divided by b. So here we are calling the math function, like here 12 and 3 we will give. Now use the multiple assignment, like result 1, result 2, result 3 and result 4 equals to this. So R1, R2, R3 and R4. So this one is the result. Okay, R1, R2, R3, R4. R1 is the plus, then minus, multiplication and division. Okay, so like this you can pass the multiple return values from the function. Now the next, if you want to use the function inside the function, then how can you use it? Like I take def basic math. Okay, and here I will take this value. Now by using of the multil, so let's take mul a comma b. Okay, then d equals to, I'll take add a comma b, or like you can take the multicam, because in the add what happened, we have used the print statement. Okay, so here mainly we will use this multi a comma b, multi a comma b, then into 2. Okay, now here return c comma d value. Okay, so when you call this function basic underscore math, and here you are writing some value like 5 into 6. Okay, so let's print this. So it is showing two results. One is 30, second is 60. Okay, 5 6 ja 30 and 5 6 ja into 2, just 60. Okay, so two results are coming. So like this you can use function inside the function. In function mainly we can use the global and local parameters, or we can use the global and local variables. So what is the global and local variables? Like you are taking, I take a equals to 20, b equals to 30, and then directly use this call add method, and then in the bracket you are writing a comma b, so it is showing the result. So this a value and b value we have given, so this is mainly called the global variable value. So here a and b value they take from this global variable. Okay, you can take like this also, a comma 2. Okay, so here what happened, the global variable value we are mainly changed. So like this also it will give you the result, like you are taking this, then also it will provide you the result. Now next is the local variable. So like I am using this a equals to 20 and b equals to 4 or 5, and then I am printing a divided by b. So here only you have to call this function and it is showing the result. So here a comma b is means what, this is used as a local variable and which is used only for this function. It is not used in any other function. Like for this function, if you are using, so here it is showing the result based on this 2, 0, 20 and 30. Okay, but it will not take this result. So local variable means what, it is used within a function. Global variable means what, anyone can use it. Now the next is the type of arguments. What kind of arguments you can pass in the function. So in Python we can pass the 4 types of arguments. First is the positional argument. Now the next is the keyword argument. Third one is the default argument, and fourth one is the variable length argument. Okay, so now let's see the example of this. So here you can see basic math a comma b. If I am taking in the basic math, instead of this I'll take 10 comma 5. So it is showing the result. So this 10 is mainly showing the a value and 5 is mainly showing the b value. Okay, so position based means what, whatever value you have taken, it is take against the position of that parameter. Like 10, for 10 it is showing the a and for 5 it is showing the b. Okay, so this is mainly the position based argument or positional argument. Keyword argument means what, you are using the keyword. Like here b equals to you take 20 and a equals to you take 10. Okay, so here mainly we have taken a comma b. So a value we have to write down the first and b value we have to write down the second. But here what happened, if you are taking b equals to 20, a equals to 10, then against of this it will take a equals to 10 and b equals to 20. So mainly this is the keyword based. Okay, whatever key you have used, according to that it will take the values. Now next is the default. Default means what, I'll tell you. Like here I am taking a comma b and b equals to, I'll take 5. So here what happened, if you call this function the div and in the bracket if you are taking the value, then it is showing the result because it is taking only a value. B it will take as a by default 5. So here you can see it is taking the b equals to 5 value, but you can call this like this also if you want, 20 comma 4. So here we are not taking the by default b equals to 5 value, but here we are taking the b equals to 4 value. So this is the difference. Now the next, variable length argument. Variable length argument means what? The parameters are not in fixed, like not a, b, but it is a multiple like 10, 20, anything. So for that mainly we are using the variable length argument. So how can we use them? Like I'll take def, then view, and here asterisk a, and mainly we are printing a. So let's in the view a, you can take a sequence if you want. Like I am taking the C sharp, then I take .NET, then I take C, then I take Java. So here you can see the elements, number of elements are not fixed. Okay, so it is taking same like this. Whatever value you have taken or sequence you have taken, the same it will take or consider. Okay, so this is mainly the variable length argument. For that mainly we are using the single star. This is the keywords variable length argument. So now let's take one example. Like here I am using the star data. Now colon print, you have to take data dot items, because mainly in the variable length keyword arguments we are passing the dictionary value. It is not fixed, like a dictionary can have any numbers of elements. So here I am taking two numbers of elements. So how can you display? Like you have to take name equals to John, variable name, age equals to 25, result equals to A plus. So this is the result. So it is mainly taking the key value pair and showing the key value pair. In the next session, we'll learn the error and exception handling. Thank you.